Tonight on Global News, House of Representatives order Inspector General of Police to produce fake agency DG within 48 hours. Plateau State government set to expand ICT access. Also on Global News, federal government automates civil servants' postings, promotions. And on the foreign scene, oil price dives as US and Iran pause attacks. Details shortly. Thank you for joining us on Global News this evening. My name is Fudun Gyang, and we apologize for starting behind schedule. The House of Representatives Committee investigating the operations of the controversial Presidential Foreign Investments Promotion Council has directed the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, to produce the self-acclaimed Director General of the organization, Adeyemi Adeniyi, before it on Wednesday. The directive was issued on Monday during the resumed investigative hearing at the National Assembly Complex, Abuja. Representing the IG, Assistant Commissioner of Police Bashir Abdullahi appeared before the committee and was instructed to ensure Adeyemi's appearance by noon on Wednesday to assist lawmakers in their ongoing investigation into the activities of the organization. The committee is probing the circumstances under which the PFIPC, despite not being legally established, allegedly secured office accommodation in Phase 3 of the Federal Secretariat Complex in Abuja and received a budgetary allocation of 1.32 billion naira in the 2026 Appropriation Act. The directive followed the Nigeria Police Force's confirmation of key aspects of its criminal investigation, including petitions from the Office of the Chief of Staff to the President, alleging that Adeyemi fraudulently presented himself as the Director General of both the Presidential Economic Advisory Council and the Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council. The committee chairman, Yusuf Gagdi, said Adeyemi's appearance had become imperative given the seriousness of the allegations and the institutions implicated in the matter. The committee subsequently directed its clerk to formally communicate its resolution to the Inspector General of Police. Governor Caleb Mutfwang says his administration is committed to expanding ICT access across Plateau State by partnering with organizations to promote e-governance, e-commerce, digital innovation, and technology-driven security solutions. The governor gave the assurance while receiving the National Executive of the Nigeria Computer Society, led by its president, Professor Siraju Aliyu, on a courtesy visit at the Government House, Jos. Government House correspondent files in this report.
Governor Caleb Mutfwang welcomed the ASU delegation on assignment to the state, commending its role in safeguarding the integrity of Nigeria's university and maintaining industrial harmony in the system. As one who pursues excellence without compromise on educational standard, Governor Mutfwang assured that his administration would continue to engage stakeholders constructively to prevent
people, if you love reggae music, if you love loose reggae music, you love lovers rock reggae music, you love dance.
We apologize for that. Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to quality education and sustained industrial harmony within the state's tertiary institution, pledging to resolve disputes through dialogue rather than confrontation. Governor Mutfwang stated this while receiving a delegation of the Academic Staff Union of Universities visitation team from Plateau State University, Bokos, led by Professor Celestine Aru at the Government House, Jos. Government House correspondent completes the report.
Governor Caleb Mutfwang welcomed the ASU delegation on assignment to the state, commending its role in safeguarding the integrity of Nigeria's university and maintaining industrial harmony in the system. As one who pursues excellence without compromise on educational standard, Governor Mutfwang assured that his administration would continue to engage stakeholders constructively to prevent academic disruption in the state tertiary institution.
Is to complement what the regulatory authorities are doing in order to ensure that we not only have universities, but we have graduates that can stand their own in any part of the globe. So I want to commend ASU for maintaining this tradition. I always believe that what is worth doing is worth doing well. And therefore, I am not in any way one who would submit to reduction in standards.
Discussions between Governor Mutfwang and the ASU delegation continued behind closed doors. This is Timothy TM.
Medical experts have warned that viral hepatitis is spreading at an alarming rate as a result of low testing. This dreaded disease, though curable, is claiming the lives of many across the globe. In this special report, our correspondent takes a look at the significance of dedicating a day every year to create awareness about the disease.
World Hepatitis Day is observed globally every 28th July yearly by member states of the World Health Organization and the Hepatitis Alliance. The day is aimed at uniting international communities to raise awareness on the disease. Speaking on this year's campaign with the theme, Let's Break It Down, a consultant gastroenterologist and hepatologist with the Jos University Teaching Hospital, Dr. Mary Duguru, said the campaign is focused on eradicating societal and structural barriers, which are high cost of treatment, accessibility of healthcare services, and stigmatization. Duguru added that the prevalence rate of chronic hepatitis is high, noting that the transmission is beyond unprotected sex and unscreened blood transfusions, but also includes the use of shared sharp objects, unsterilized hair clippers, razor blades, pedicure and manicure tools, among others.
Viral hepatitis infection, especially hepatitis B and C, they do not have any symptoms. When I say they don't cause any pain, they don't cause any fever at the beginning. So for that reason, people don't even bother to go check their status. Then sometimes it has to do with the accessibility to healthcare. Just like I said, let's break it down now. So accessibility to points of testing is a problem, and then maybe the cost involved, and sometimes the stigmatization that is associated with hepatitis.
She explained that the state government's public health intervention is in line with the global campaign goals, calling on citizens to locate any screening center close to them and get tested.
We are in the metropolitan region of Plateau State. The studies that have been done, we found a prevalence of ranging from 10.2 to 15%, depending on the community that is studied. And then when you look at it in the pregnant women, we have a prevalence of about 9.2%, which is alarming. And in children and school age people in the secondary school, that is adolescent, we have a range of 4.4 to 9.5. So you see, it's very, very alarming.
Speaking on the level of awareness of viral hepatitis on the street, Grace Danladi and Dorcas Justice said that they have never heard about the disease. On their part, Manko Nimzing and Shitman Akila confessed their inability to follow up on their treatment, stressing the importance of hepatitis screening and getting vaccinated.
This is more than 10 years. That was when I had my last baby. I'm supposed to go, but now procrastination. I'll go tomorrow, I'll go next tomorrow.
Everybody is expected to take medication because hepatitis is very dangerous.
A medical laboratory scientist, Dr. Gol Bagauta, encourages citizens to test for hepatitis B and C as early detection saves life.
They are always available. We have hepatitis B and C. They are the most dangerous ones that usually affecting the liver. So other ones are dependent on those ones. So if you are able to clear those ones, then the two, that is the hepatitis C. Of course, the other one C will be cleared from the system.
Testing for hepatitis remain key to reducing the spread. In Jos, Rifkat Yakubu.
Outgone students of Christ Apostolic College, Cuba, in Bocas local government area, have been cautioned against involving themselves in social vices that will tarnish their reputation and that of the institution. To this end, they have been advised to be prayerful and draw closer to God wherever they find themselves. Reverend Sunday Lar gave the advice during the 41st graduation and prize-giving day held at the College Hall. The report by Mangu Zonal correspondent Ragnan Ignatius is presented in our studio.
The 2026 graduation speech and prize-giving day and launching of the 2026 year magazine began with a procession of graduating students in their regalia who marched to the graduation arena singing songs of praises for God's faithfulness and protection for the past 6 years in the school. The guest speaker, who is the rector, Ekwa Theological College, Zabulu, Reverend Sondelar, who spoke on the theme, Knowledge May Flourish, with godliness, the hope of a Nigerian child in impoverished society, advised the young graduate to desist from engaging in social vices such as drug abuse and addiction, drunkenness, pornography that will be detrimental. The clergyman also advised parents to always monitor the activities of their ward, thereby training and bringing them closer to God, and appeal to states who are yet to sign the Child Rights Act to do so.
So my advice for them is for them to march forward to advance in their knowledge.
In an address, principal of the college, Kelvin Walams, enumerated some achievements under his leadership.
Steadfast, resolute, and committed, and above all, to fear the Lord and to take Him as their personal Lord and Savior and as their God.
Chairman on the occasion and one-time Speaker of the Plateau State House of Assembly, Titus Alams, commended the proprietor and management of the college for managing the school appropriately.
The program is unique. Unique why? Because I interface with students. I remain a teacher. I joined politics as a teacher. I taught in the primary school. I taught in the secondary school.
Highlight of the event was the launch of the 2026 yearbook magazine, as well as a award of prizes to academic staff JSS 1 to 3, SS 1 to 2, as well as graduates who distinguished themselves in various subjects.
Up ahead on Global News, correspondent interfaces with potato value chain actors at Mekatako Market. Stay tuned. Welcome back. The federal government has launched the human resource modules of the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System, introducing a fully digital platform that will automate staff postings, promotions, leave applications, and other personnel processes across the federal civil service. Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Didi Esther Wilson-Jack, said the new platform marked a major milestone in the government's drive to build a modern, efficient, and technology-driven public service in line with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. Speaking at the official IPPIS Go Live ceremony in Abuja on Monday, Wilson-Jack said the platform would replace manual human resource processes with an integrated digital system covering the entire workforce lifecycle. The head of service explained that the platform would handle biometric enrollment, onboarding, payroll administration, employee mobility, human resource processes, reporting, and data analytics across the 508 ministries, extra-ministerial departments, and agencies currently on the IPPIS platform. According to her, integrating all personnel functions into a single platform would eliminate duplication, improve personnel records, reduce errors and delays, while strengthening transparency and accountability through automated approvals, standardized workflows, and reliable audit trails. Wilson-Jack said the employee self-service module would enable officers to securely access and update their records, reducing paperwork and administrative bottlenecks. Potato is one product that has changed many lives in Plateau State, just as it has placed the state on the global agricultural landscape. In this special feature, our correspondent took a trip to the popular Mekatako market in Bokos local government area, where he interfaced with some actors in the potato value chain. The report.
The popular Maikatako International Market in Bokos local government area is a place of convergence for all those engaged in the potato value chain. From farmers who go to sell their farm produce, to transporters who move the products to other parts of the country and beyond, to processors who add value to the product. The market, which serves many, has its own challenges, just as those who produce are engaged in the value chain. Some farmers, Teresa Danjuma and Victoria Joseph, say the cost of inputs is their major challenge, while Punshak Bala, a trader, complained of congestion in the market.
In fact, their price is very low. So we are begging for the government to help the farmers to reduce the price for the fertilizer. Please, if the fertilizer will be at least 30,000, 35,000, yes, farmers can afford to buy it.
Farmers are bringing Irish. Sometimes we used to chop up. When we are passing, sometimes we will not get road to pass.
The farmer today is facing a lot of challenge. High cost of farming. High cost of farming is what is affecting farmer today. And at the end of the day, you come to the market, you are not being able to sell the market, the Irish at the rate of how your money should come back. You sell them potato, at the end of the day, you are running at loss.
Chairman, Traders and Marketers Association, Maikatako Market, Mahmoud Samuel, and his counterpart of the Potato Traders Association, Sule Moses, lamented the issue of lack of funds, while the leader of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, Samson Mandik, appealed for expansion of the market.
We have customers from various states and various countries. They used to come here. If you go to the market inside now, you have people from Niger inside buying this potato.
The potatoes have been so good, but the buyers will have problem in buying and selling because the prices is not good.
And please, Chairman, we appeal to you to help us so that the market will expand, will help the masses in this very local government.
Bokos Local Government Council Chairman Amalo Samuel, through his deputy Walanko Mahwel, pressed Governor Caleb Mutfwang for supporting Plateau farmers.
We want to appreciate His Excellency, the Governor of Plateau State. He brought some seedlings, hybrid seedlings, that are disease resistant, and their yield is massive. The essence of bringing those seedlings is to multiply it through the farmers, most especially the peasant farmers. He wants to ensure that this hybrid gets to the hands of the common farmers so that it will go down. By so doing, it will add value to its production, and then the capacity of the quantity we produce from our various local governments will be increased.
Plateau State Value Chain Support Project Coordinator Jerry Gushop said they are doing their best to clear the challenges across the value chain.
We train them on, farming practices generally. We train them on marketing. We train them on how they can maintain their seeds. We train them on how they can even do a lot of marketing. And we try to introduce them to a lot of off-takers.
Potato has put Plateau on the global agricultural map. Hence, all stakeholders need to come together to move the product to the desired point. This is Wajal Mantu.
General Manager, Plateau Radio Television Corporation, Rita Kachilompam, and her counterpart from the State Tourism Corporation, Chuang Pajak, have paid a condolence visit on the chairman of Jos South Local Government Council, Silas Dung, following the demise of his father. The visit took place at the chairman's family residence in Rayfield, Jos. Our correspondent has the details.
General Manager, Plateau Radio Television Corporation, Rita Kachilumpam, described the death of her parents as a painful experience. She encouraged the family to find solace in the exemplary life and legacy of their father.
Their contribution to the community is immense, and we give God the glory for that. We pray that God will grant him eternal rest, and we also pray that the legacies that he has left behind.
Contributing, General Manager, Plateau State Tourism Corporation, Chuang Pwajok, also condoled the family, saying the deceased lived a life worthy of emulation and would be remembered for his contribution to the community and the state at large.
We are here today, and as stakeholders, we know that Dara played a very major and significant role in the life of this community, Dubi in particular. Politically, he is somebody that has shaped the direction of decisions that have been taken over the years to bring this community to where it is today.
Responding on behalf of the family, brother of the deceased, Musa Gangzi, expressed appreciation to the duo for the visit, saying their kind words, prayers and support has brought comfort to the family. Words of comfort also came from the ward chairman, APC stakeholders of Jos South local government area, among other stakeholders. The condolence visit concluded with prayers for the family. In Jos, Modesty Nianglong.
Moving on to the foreign scene, the price of oil has fallen sharply on hopes that a pause in attacks between the US and Iran could help to de-escalate the conflict. Brent crude, the global benchmark for oil, sank more than 9% to $87.59 a barrel at one point, marking a sharp turnaround from last week when it had risen above $100. The fall came after the U.S. ambassador to the UN said attacks on Iran had been halted for a second night in a row to give talks some space. An Iranian army spokesperson said on Sunday that Tehran had halted retaliatory attacks in the region in response. The outbreak of the Iran war triggered a sharp rise in oil prices as the conflict led to the effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz, a key shipping route which usually carries about 20% of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas. When Iran and the U.S. signed a memorandum of understanding in June to halt military operations and reopen the strait, the price of oil fell back to pre-war levels of around $70 a barrel. However, the collapse of the ceasefire earlier this month reignited fears over global energy supplies and pushed the oil price back up. And this now brings us to the recap. In the news, we told you the House of Representatives Committee investigating the operations of the controversial Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council has directed the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, to produce the self-acclaimed Director General of the organization, Adeyemi Adeniyi, before it on Wednesday. The directive was issued on Monday during the resumed investigative hearing at the National Assembly Complex, Abuja. Governor Caleb Mutfwang says his administration is committed to expanding ICT access across Plateau State by partnering with organizations to promote e-governance, e-commerce, digital innovation, and technology-driven security solutions. The governor gave the assurance while receiving the national executive of the Nigeria Computer Society, led by its president, Professor Siraju Aliyu, on a courtesy visit at the Government House, Jos. The federal government has launched the human resource modules of the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System, introducing a fully digital platform that will automate staff postings, promotions, leave applications, and other personnel processes across the federal civil service. Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, DD Esther Walson-Jack, said the new platform marked a major milestone in the government's drive to build a modern, efficient, and technology-driven public service in line with President Bola Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda. And the price of oil has fallen sharply on hopes that a pause in attacks between the U.S. and Iran could help to de-escalate the conflict. Brent crude, the global benchmark for oil, sank more than 9% to $87.59 a barrel at one point, marking a sharp turnaround from last week when it had risen above $100. And that's all on Global News this evening. Thank you for watching. Good night.
Cadbury 3-in-1 hot chocolate, the treat